evening of the 16th of September 1745, over 700 mounted professional soldiers crossed the River Esk here at Musselburgh. These were the men of the 13th and the 14th Regiments of Dragoons, led by Brigadier General Sir Thomas Fowke. But these men, resplendent in their scarlet coats, heavily armed with their muskets and pistols and swords, were in retreat. They were retreating from the Highland Jacobite army led by Charles Edward Stuart, Bonnie Prince Charlie, which was closing in on the capital. Thomas Fowke had arrived only a few days before and found the city in an uncertain state, uncertain in its loyalty, uncertain in its ability to defend itself. And his jittery dragoons had fled this far without even encountering the enemy. But as he entered Musselburgh, Fowke received a message. An army was sailing into the Firth of Forth, led by Lieutenant General Sir John Cope. Perhaps, if Edinburgh can hold its gates and walls for just one more day, the capital might yet be saved. With confirmation that the main army was approaching down the Firth of Forth, Fowke halted his men, probably here near Loretto. He then went inside a house and penned a letter to Lord Provost Archibald Stuart in Edinburgh. There was still time, he said, for him to take his men back into the city and aid in its defence. But he chose to send that message the 6 miles to Edinburgh with a volunteer courier, Walter Grosset, the customs collector from Alloa. If he had sent his men, all 700 dragoons, back to the city, that might have been enough to stiffen the resolve of the civilian authorities. As it was, though, Fowke was reluctant to lead his men into the narrow streets of the capital and become bottled up by the enemy. So perhaps he wasn't really keen on the idea of going back in. Either way, he waited here for only an hour and a half, and receiving no word from the city, he decided to continue his retreat towards Prestonpans. Now, it would be 5 days before the battle took place at Prestonpans, but the decisions made on the 16th of September, including those made here, began the road to defeat for the British Army.